The ability to cry when we want food is seemingly written into our genetic code from birth, which could explain why people get irritated and demotivated so easily on an empty stomach. If a wall falls, would it then become a floor? Ozzy Osbourne was eating bats before it was cool. Atoms are probably just solar systems in what they would think is a massive galaxy with other planets, subatomic particles, and all those galaxies align to make the world we know. And we're probably just an atom to a world larger than we can comprehend. Wearing masks will let you know how bad your breath stinks. If Mickey Mouse cross-dressed as Minnie Mouse, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Eventually someone will write humanity's last sentence with pencil and paper. Hair is suddenly disgusting when detached from your body. When they said "Long live the Queen," Queen Elizabeth took it too seriously. Your pet might have a nickname for you. The older you get, the larger your definition of kid becomes. Queen Elizabeth must see us all as a bunch of embryos. Superheroes in reality would have logos and ads all over their costume from sponsors as a main source of income. The fact that the IQ equals 10 and Mom vs. Dad mobile game ads still exist is because they work. People actually click on them. It took thousands of years for humans to research technology so that we could hear ourselves talk, only to find out that we always hate how we sound. When you boil water to kill germs, you're still drinking germs, they're just dead or denatured. A whoopee cushion filled with gravy would add a hilarious new dimension to a rather tiresome joke. A tomato is a fruit by sex, but a vegetable by gender. If MDMA comes in crystal form, and science has found it to be therapeutic, then technically speaking, science proved healing crystals exist. Maybe movie villains tell the protagonist their evil plans because they finally have someone who has to listen to them vent. Humanity clicked on a link from an unknown email address. Waking up early is considered healthy and respectable, while staying up late is considered irresponsible, even though one might be getting the same amount of sleep. We probably missed out on so many awesome drugs that came from plants that went extinct before humans evolved. There's a big difference between being an essential worker, and your boss not caring for your well-being. A girlfriend is someone you mate with. A mate is someone you're friends with. A piano is a drum guitar. No one bats an eye when they see an old married couple at 75 and 65 years old, but if a 24-year-old is with a 34-year-old, then all of a sudden it's weird. Failing your way to success is much sweeter than succeeding your way to failure. Calzones are the cocoon stage of pizza. Humans have figured out how to make every single part of a pig delicious. Raisins and milk aren't something you would ever mix together normally. Add a few bran flakes and that somehow makes it acceptable all of a sudden. Someone finally proved it's true that one person can change the world. Butterfly knife is a fidget spinner for psychopaths. The person who coined "cat got your tongue" must have been witness to some weird shit. Believe it or not, we have all trained for times like these. Remember cooties. There is going to be a lot of bad taste pranks tomorrow. Pornhub has the world coming together. An orphan's family photo is a selfie. Some bosses are getting essential confused with not giving a shit about you. We're all basically on house arrest but without the ankle monitor. Being bald sounds nice, until you realize your entire body is a forehead. In the future, we will have ghost actors, who will physically act the script but will be deepfaked with the right face, the right expressions, and the right dialogues in post-production. Your pillow probably collect more tears than your handkerchief. Because we don't know of any gay people on other planets, Earth is the gayest planet. If you leave a monkey with a typewriter alone in a room long enough, eventually it'll type Shakespeare's work. Technically that's exactly what happened. The Sky was the first to implement dark mode. It was very convenient in the Hunger Games that the secret district was numerically the last one. It would have been harder to ignore if District 5 didn't exist. 3,4, nope 6,7. Somewhere in the world, someone's waking up from a 3+ month coma and is wondering, WTF? Clap on lights that react to sex smacks must be a hilarious yet bothersome phenomena. Whoever named the belly button clearly had an out it. The saying "take it with a grain of salt" sounds big when you know a grain of salt has 1,200,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 atoms. The tire shop in cars is technically a shoe shop. Saying "I'll stick with you" and "I'm stuck with you" communicate opposite feelings towards the other person. Food trucks need to just drive around like ice cream trucks. Tigers and lions are referred to as big cats, but no one refers to wolves as big dogs. Your eyelids are the green screen for your dreams. An overlooked aspect of all the drive-through only restaurants is the effective end of free refills on fountain drinks. It hurts to have any part of your body stepped on, except for the bottoms of your feet. Counting is a good way of falling asleep, but only in certain ways. Counting sheep helps, counting the amount of sounds in your house doesn't. Even though most of us are left or right-handed, we always seem ambidextrous while gaming. Mass shootings are down significantly because no one is gathering in groups of 10 or more. If you can take someone's virginity, then there's someone in the world who unknowingly has the biggest collection of virginities. The amount of humans born before you will always stay the same. It will be funny if the first self-aware AI is a sarcastic prick. If anything needs to be waterproof, it is socks. Rickrolling isn't ever going to die. Birds probably think of telephone poles as a special breed of trees. In cartoons, people would wear the same outfit their whole life and no one would judge them. Knowing about the color indigo in kindergarten/1st grade felt so badass, like you knew the secret identity of a spy codenamed Dark Blue. In a show from a police perspective, cops are super smart and criminals are idiots. In shows from criminal perspectives, criminals are crazy smart and the cops are the biggest idiots on the planet. All these animals bought when people were stuck inside are going to be very confused when all their owners go back to work. If you put a fork in a microwave and turn it on, it becomes a microwave. The whole world got sent to their rooms. At a funeral, people cry and want their loved one back. But if the corpse woke up and started talking, they would scream and run away from their loved one. If you die as a virgin, you will become the first generation in your family's history to do so. It's our fault celebrities are celebrities. If we don't want a celebrity culture, then we need to ignore the celebrities. Other people are lava. Because of how color works, brown hair is technically dark ginger. A map can only take you where others have already gone. When two nations speaking different languages first met, there must have been a lot of pointing. Being homesick has a whole new meaning. UFOs appear blurry in pictures because they have the technology to make the picture look fake so nobody will think they're real. You learn to do by doing. Therefore, the only choice is to fake it until you make it. It's fairly likely that you've run across the same stranger on different social media platforms without realizing it. When you tell someone a secret and ask them to keep it, you're using them as an external memory storage. Skirts make more sense for men. Every kid becomes a slow-motion martial arts expert in a swimming pool. Bart Simpson could develop a choking fetish later in life because of Homer. Your body can replicate a feeling that you never felt in your dreams, such as falling from high altitude. We're gonna be in history books. If you're a famous person who dies on April 1st, people won't believe the headlines until the day after. Dogs have 4 legs but only 2 thighs. If all of us went and unfollowed all famous folks on all social media, we'd be the ones with power. The person who writes the song is the real musician, while the singer is his/her instrument. Maybe companies that reap massive profits when times are good and don't plan for when times are bad are exactly the ones that we want to be going out of business. We were lucky we are born in an era where we can defecate in peace and clean ourselves with ease. The first 3 or 4 Pringles always taste amazing. But if you keep eating and they slowly start to taste like nothing, and by the second half of the tube you're just eating because you're bored. The brain, originally designed for mating and survival, ended up discovering quantum mechanics and stuff. Your grandma made the egg that made you, because your mother was born with all the eggs that she was ever going to have. The Hulk is a superhero bipolar people can relate to. Elastigirl can just instantly plop out the baby when she gives birth. The more pink a body part is, the more likely it's used for sex. The Tokyo Olympics being postponed will make it the first Olympics that falls on an odd year. Mostly cooking is not about cooking, it is about prepping to cook. Flatten the curve will be in sociology textbooks. Circumcising a newborn boy is a dick move. Our definition of essential worker is very rarely reflected in what they're paid. Our biggest source of entertainment is watching lights change color.